Okay, I cut some things here. I'm gonna make a little rooftop plywood stand. There's a 4.5 and 12 odd pitch. We're gonna set this up there, and that way I can then, I'll just bring it back down when I make another package of sheeting. The roofer might use it for panels. I don't know. Yeah, I missed that shot. I set that. I don't know if you can see it, but I set it up there. It's pretty bright out here for some reason. It's not supposed to be as hot today, but it's pretty bright. It's gonna be low 80s. Last real hot day. we changed something. So I'm still trimming the top with a string line. I'll snap a line and cut it. But right now, just the right side of the hook is hooked to that. So it would want to pivot this way where it's stressed in that direction, much easier than it would if it was flat all the way across. So I'm not worried about it. I'm just aware of it. So it's only for these sheets, but I'll be pushing on it with my right foot, so you may see it move. And if it's something I don't like, I'll fix it. If not, I'll just go along with it. But it's coffee time. Minor error here. When I stacked that course, I probably shouldn't have put that one on, because I'm gonna have to stack the rest of it aside, that course, and then a whole nother one of these courses to get down to going this direction again. All right, we got 60 1/8 at the top and the bottom, and 60 1/4 in the middle. And that's only after checking pretty regular. Just telling the guy, it's pretty easy. If you get one board that's even, just a sliver narrow, and you cut all 3 pieces out of it and use it in a stagger set right here, and then stack 3 random boards above it, the difference can be 1/8 up to 1/4 inch across those 3 boards. So it's kind of a constant give and take across the roof just to keep it all parallel. And this one is a little different too, because we have to change back to stained for the overhang, pre-stained for the overhang here. And I'd like it to come out. I can make a break or a change at the block line, but because I'd prefer to see full boards out there. I don't know exactly how it's going to lay out yet, but if it doesn't look right, there's a seam in the wrong spot, I'll trim one of them back so that I get normal boards out there. It doesn't matter once the roof's on. So I'm just glad it's parallel, because it makes my life easy here. And that's one of the benefits of starting in the middle, is it's easier to keep it on track. I hope I remembered to turn that camera back on. Oh yeah. Okay, well, it's lunchtime. What time is it? 12:24. We'll hang that barge after lunch, which is the absolute worst time to hang barge rafters. It's because you got a belly full of lunch or coffee or whatever, water, belly full. Gets harder and harder to bend over. Anyway, lunchtime. That barge is on. That's how it's gonna go. That whole thing was kind of funny. The reason I went over here with my camera is I heard an elk chirp, and I just came sneaking up to the edge of the hill to see if they were poking around down there, and that little deer was standing there looking at me, so I walked ahead of him and caught him coming out of that trail. All right, I got the rest of the cedar yesterday. I'm gonna cover this stuff up. It's supposed to rain in the next couple days here, so I want to get this stuff so it's not soaking through it all. All right, we'll go up and get a final count for the plywood stack and reload the little stand there, set it back up there, cut some more T&G, pre-cut some more T&G, and run it up and go to work. Got the other stagger all cut. That one's reloaded. We'll finish cutting the rest of that stagger and then load them all. Okay, lunchtime. I think I'll be able to finish this after lunch. I think there's some rain coming in. And the roofer's out of town. I didn't really bargain for having to dry in the 10 and 12 stuff. But I'll do it if I have to. I may bring a big tarp in case that's easier. And it just depends on how severe and when. It is going to be a little bit of a struggle toe boarding this and putting paper on it. I don't have any roof brackets. I can just use regular 2x. I'd rather not put any more penetrations into it than I need to, but it may be necessary. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can figure something out or some way to do it all at once. I've done a smaller section before, like, I don't know, 3 or 3.5 rolls that I was able to put on a long stick and kind of do it all at once, but I don't know if I want that headache here. Anyway, lunchtime, back in a bit. All right, little drippy here this morning. I am going to change gears, take a day off the roof, and just wrap up, get some projects started. I'm probably going to work under here and get some purlins on in here just to see what they start looking like, sort of flesh the building out a little bit. I'm also going to plan to put the cedar barges and fascia board on the lower lean-to areas on my way around, and just kind of move around like that today and see how far I get. What we got going here is, in the plans, any bent with more than 7 feet of unsupported distance in between them gets a vertical stud to hold the girts up. And girts being horizontal, girts being wall purlins. I'm going to say that till the job's over. It's one of those Illinois things. I was going to, this is a workshop area at this side. I was going to put in a stud every 4 feet. I'm not going to do a double pine stud. I'm going to use, I've got some extra 4x6, so I'm going to use a single vertical 4x6 post in the center of each space here. And there is a centered bolt, anchor bolt, but it's got a 3-inch plate washer. It'd be a little tough to notch around it, so I'm probably just going to pull that washer off and overdrive that Titan bolt just to avoid having to do a giant notch that's going to show down there. So we'll try to hide it as best we can and get these bays in, get some girts on. Okay, I have got the first plate and stud in. I'm going to do the rest of them, but first I've got a little work to do on that. I got a crooked, I guess it'd be tie beam or something, collar tie. So I got to kind of clamp that together and get it screwed up. It's twisted. It'll all hide into the siding, but you just have to cut around it. So I got a little work to do on it. Okay, that's 4 plates and 4 posts. I'm gonna lay out for Girts next, and there's gonna be some blocking. I just want to get the thing ready for siding. First the inner, and then middle, and then the outer layer. So whatever we got to do to get around these beams so that I don't have to stop and put it in as I go. I just want to get everything wrapped up so it's sheet ready. Anyway. All right, that's the easy rows on. We'll start working our way up next. Where's it gonna go? What could happen if it did go? Nothing? All right. All right, struggling here today. I just shot a nice, really informative segment in slow-mo, and there's nothing I can do about it. The way this thing twists in there with this sitting on the lower purlin, I should have run this a couple inches longer, then it just would have locked in completely. But version 2, I'll do that in. Last night it rained really, really hard at my place, but really nothing here. I watched the weather here and it didn't rain. About some maybe heavy dew or something. So I've got rain coming in next Tuesday. There's like a 40% chance for this spot. And being as it's Thursday, like it would take, now I have the speed up on covering that fast enough, I could do that in 2 days, which would be today, tomorrow, and I'd have to push to get everything papered on Monday. Both sides. I have enough paper, I can go get more, or I could cut everything for the other side and get everything set to go and wait till the rain next week stops and take my time papering this side. And there's plenty of other stuff to work on, but I'm just sort of kind of on the bubble, so I'm just moving wood around while I think about it and cleaning up. Anyway, I'm going to do one of them, but I don't think the roofer's going to be able to help me. I think he's hunting or something, so when he gets back to town, I'm sure he'll be plenty busy. Good for something. All right, we'll move that somewhere out of the way. No, I think I had a partial unit out already. I need 1 unit and a partial unit. All right, we're set up. We're gonna cut these pieces out. I think I need 48 of each, short one for each side. Then I gotta stain a couple of them too, so they can dry by the time I get to the end and need them. I'm gonna start in the middle and go both ways again. All right, I got those boards stained. I just had a, that's north. I just had like a storm, little squall pass. Missed us, got a couple drops out of it off to the northeast here. But I have blue sky out to the west. So I think what I'm gonna do is go start papering this side, and then when I start covering the front side, I think I can paper it in halves or quarters or something. So I don't get the whole thing all done. I'll do one half, paper it, just to make sure it stays dry if it starts to rain. That way I don't worry anymore. It's really kind of bothering me that it's open right now. Okay, I'm gonna cover that, move it down to the other end, and then probably bring the pallet back with the paper on it and run it and all the supplies up there and some toe boards to try to get that thing covered up. Okay, here's where we're at. It's lunchtime, or a little early for me. It's right at noon. I usually eat a little later. We got clouds swirling, a couple drops. I'm gonna go eat instead of putting on more paper, because if it does decide to rain, I'd like as little moisture under the paper as trapped as I can get, and I'll stop and let it dry out again. But I think I got a real shot at covering this up. So I gotta get a couple things. I gotta get the air up here, my harness, and I'm probably just gonna try to roll from that end this way, stopping short of this, and then I'll grab the crane, move the ladder back over, and then roll, work out from the other side. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I think I can get it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. All right, we gotta go turn that camera on up there. We'll do that when we take that up there, but I need to take this phone with me. All right, getting a little closer. I got one full course left, and then the next course is going to loop over the top and tack down to the purlin on the other side, and I'll flip the section back when I'm sheeting it tomorrow, or whenever I get to that. This is a drag. It's not going bad, but it's not what I want to be doing today. But it's also been raining off and on, so I'm glad I'm doing it. This'll give me peace of mind. Okay, I didn't want to go down to the other end to set this camera up, so you guys have been missing what's going on down here. I've got my roof ladder there, and I've been prying up that ladder just a little bit to slip the paper underneath. It's gonna get a little trickier right here, but I still think I can do it. The next course will be easy, the top course a little tougher. I may just wait on that and climb up from the other side because I can reach it all. But I'm gonna get that one slipped under, get that tacked on, get all this nailed on with the cap nailer, and then call up the crane to lift this roof ladder off. And I'll probably take it down to modify the top. Where's my finger there? Modify the top. And then I'll run it back up, hook it over the top. So I got a little work left to do up here, but I'll set you up this way. It's a good, sky looks good out that way anyway. Well, you guys get the picture, I think. So I think I need enough lead on the pole so that it sucks it off the top of the roof. And then it's probably going to swing this way because that end is still, the bottom end is still going to be heavy. And that should clear by lifting now. Look at that, just cleared the roof. Perfect. We're all the way up, not quite all the way out. Now we're all the way out. Now we'll slew into the house here. Over by the ladder. We'll just get it out of the way for now. Okay, we'll stop that there. All right, this is a view down from the top. Here's my lash up. I think this will be just fine. All right, I got a new tripod. Let's see that in there. I buy all this stuff used on eBay. You can buy good quality stuff for not a lot of money. A lot of it comes with, you know, upgrades or add-ons and stuff, and you really still end up paying less than just for the tripod alone. So my main one, the main one I use here is I dropped it on the Modern House and busted the little clip that holds a leg in, so it's always kind of fussy to use. I replaced it with this model. I like this one already, just setting it up. It's got a couple good options. So I'm gonna leave that other one at home. It takes up a little more room in the truck anyway, so I'm gonna start leaving it at home, and I can just leave it set up like at the barn or something, or in the shop, and then use it that way. So I'll set this one up. I made kind of a decision this morning. I'm not gonna work on the roof today. I have to leave a little early. I got a couple things to grab before the weekend, before stuff closes. So I don't want to get stuck up there having to cover everything that I do. But I have plenty to do down here. It's supposed to rain Saturday too. They just upgraded the weather report. So it's gonna rain on Saturday, and I'm just gonna wait. I'll finish the roof next week. It's supposed to rain Tuesday as well, and I'm not interested in fighting it that hard, because I'll still be able to get the roof done next week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put more purlins on in here and do some of the slower stuff, like putting on the upper plate, so that when I do start covering, if I get any rain days, I can be working inside here. And I'm going to lay out for the rest of the doorways, catch up with all the changes of where doors have moved to, and just start laying out and setting stuff up and going through the rest of the 4x6 pile to get the usable studs out of them that I can, and go like that, and just basically a job site cleanup to end the week, and then I'm going to go. All right, real quick, Ben was asking about these notchers. They take a nice little, this is a little bit thicker metal than this. I think it's 24 gauge. So they take a nice little bite out, leaves a little radius there at the end. And as it turns out, these ones are continuous, although I think the other ones, maybe a little bit of spray lube on there. But you can cut continuously with them, not like snips, but they would make a nice clean pan out of something. Definitely recommend them. They work real well. And then cut right in the corners with it for tabbing or closing or whatever. So anyway, that's those notchers. All right, we got a stud in down there at the end, and we got all four top plates in, and I'm probably gonna set these two king studs for the doorway here. I'm not sure if it's swinging or sliding. The plan says swinging, but I'm double checking right now. If I frame it for the swinging door, it's 4 inches bigger than the sliding, so easy enough to build down later. Just depends on looks. Anyway, I'm gonna put the center studs in these two bays here next, and then lay out for the overhead door framing and try to get these purlins on before lunch. All right, end of the day Friday. I spent all day figuring out all the openings and putting in all the intermediate framing members where there's doors, both sliding and swinging, and it'll just make it a lot simpler to put in purlins. I might have fumbled one opening or the other. That opening there is a swinging door, and so is the other side. One of them's right. One of them's going to be right. They're two different numbers because I was second guessing myself, but it's not a big deal at this point to move them. I'll figure it out before I put purlins on. But I think we'll finish up the roof up there next week. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and Tuesday, so Monday may just be putting purlins on all day. Have a little purlin party. You should probably pan around a little bit slower than that.